Hello, welcome back to the cellblock Scorch. It's me again, Octo. I'm back. That's what happens when you're in both halves of the Scorch, you just can't get rid of me. This week is week 67, and the prompt is from Cricket. The prompt is, as far as I know, nothing unusual happens there anymore. And that sort of prompt is just begging for a really creepy little thing. So that's what I wrote. Gotta get your creep on somehow, It's good for the soul. So without further ado, here is my piece. It is called That Place. It's that place. That one place. It smells like old books and tastes of honey. There's a distinctly lilac feel about it that you just can't ignore. And faded footsteps, too tiny to be human, tease the edges of your vision. It makes you think of that one time you nearly fainted after standing up too fast, buzzing your ears and fuzzing your brain. Remember now? No? Well then. You have to remember the storm, at least. Every child does. The one with wind that scratched at your windows, whispered terrible, sweet things to you in time to the heartbeat of the thunderous sky. You ran and hid, just as they all do, after your blankets just weren't enough to block out the blinding flashes of fury coming closer, closer, closer. And you found that place. There it is. You remember. Now, don't make that face. That place is perfectly nice once you get used to the sensation of slow and inevitable dissolving. That's normal. No cause for alarm. Wait. You don't know where to find it? Goodness, you're a bit of an airhead, aren't you? If memory serves, yours was in your closet, behind a pile of rather ugly sweaters your mother had thrust upon you. It's different for everyone, you see. But that's beside the point. It misses you, little friend. Things are so terribly boring without you. Nothing ever happens anymore. You were special. You were the only one that place wants to see. Scout's honor. And it has seen a lot of people. It doesn't ask just anyone to stop by and visit, Otherwise, it would become entirely too effable. And wouldn't that just be a bother? Come on. You know you want to visit again. Just a peek, if nothing else. It wouldn't hurt anything. Please? It's so hollow here. Fill up the space, would you? Your colors, your vowels, your fledgling senses, sounds, sensations, everything. You shouldn't have taken them away. Now we are empty. So empty. Nothing happens here. We are so lonely.
Hi, Cricket jumping in with judge comments here. I got 3 good pieces this week from Lost, Grishmak, and Octo. Octo, when it comes down to it, she won because hers is the longest. Not to say that I picked it because of length, but she really just had the time to paint this picture, and this whole piece is so vivid and just a little creepy and unsettling in a really interesting way. And I thought it was interesting how the whole time it's kind of directing, it's talking to someone and being like, you remember this place and it misses you, come back. And then at the end it's like, we are lonely. And I just thought it was interesting that it went from kind of this like third person to this like personal request. We all know I love a piece with a little twisty at the end. Yeah, I think at this point it's evident that Octo is good at doing something that's like set in sort of a mundane seeming world that then can be really creepy and unsettling and just really, really interesting. And this piece is another great example of that. Back to Octo.
So there's that place. Nothing happens anymore because you're not there. Why'd you leave, you know? What is that place? Not a clue. It's not supposed to be perceived, you know. That's how it goes. But I think this is a fun little creepy thing. As you've probably noticed, when I do horror, apparently second person is the way to go. And I stand by that. Nothing is quite as creepy as second person. And let's see. Unfortunately, I don't have much to say about this. It's just scary. It's a void that wants to consume you. That you let consume you a little bit, you know? Because you didn't know any better. Isn't that always how they get you, though? The monsters and whatever. You didn't know things. And so you did stuff. And now that you've realized that you shouldn't have been doing that, it's a little late to go back on it, because now it knows you're there. I don't know. Is there anything scarier than doing something in ignorance that just ruins the rest of your entire life? That's like anxiety distilled right there. Hate it. But yeah. There is that place. I hope you thought it was creepy. I enjoy creeping people out. Let's see. The prompt that I gave for the week after that, since I won, is My Eyes Are Ashes. Which sounds very poetic. But I remember why I picked that. And it was not a poetic reason. It was because I did a word generator, okay, and I got like ashes and a couple other words, but they didn't stick out to me. But my eyes had been really hurting that week. You know, when it's just like you're kind of sick and your eyes sting and it's terrible and awful. Well, my eyes are ashes right there. They are burning me. But luckily, everyone else went a much more whimsical, fanciful way about this prompt and wrote delightful things that weren't about the fact that being sick sucks. And that is all for me today. Keep that fire burning.
The Cellblock Scorch is a production of Stellacore, an independent group of nerds sharing their obsessions with the world. Links to all our projects, including Instagram, Tumblr, YouTube, Patreon, and Ko-Fi, can be found on our Linktree, posted in each episode description. Follow us on Tumblr or Instagram to see the prompt of the day before the episode drops, and a quote from each Scorch the day after. If you would like to support our creative endeavors, you can give a one-time tip to the Ko-Fi of the writer of your favorite Scorches, or check out our Patreon. There, you can access the Scorches and episode transcripts for free, or sign up for Spark level support for $5 a month to gain access to our embers as well.